Welcome to the Flash USA map on how to create an interactive map. So if you're watching this video, you might be looking for an interactive map for your website. And you can see an interactive map has many purposes. So we're focusing on US Flash maps, a US interactive map. So for example, this assisted living website here uses an interactive map to direct search results. So instead of having to look for a state, you just find your state on the map, click it, and it takes you to your search results. So it's a much better user experience. Or maybe you're trying to display statistics. So for example, maybe you are an economist and you want to display unemployment statistics. So here we want to change the color of each state, and then upon hover, you get some information about the state. You find out that right now, as of July in 2010, pretty bad unemployment in California and in Michigan. Okay, so how do you achieve these things? You could hire a developer, you could try to learn Flash to make a map like this, but there is an easier way. And the secret to that has to do with XML. So typically if you want to make a Flash map, you need to go through and create a customized Flash map in using Adobe Flash. But other people have already done this, and there's no need to reinvent the wheel. There are products available that are Flash maps, just like this one that I'm going to show you, that have already been created, and all this information isn't specified in the Flash file. It's actually specified in an XML file. An XML file sounds kind of complicated, but it's just a text file that contains information. So it contains information about what color should this state be, and what information should be available when you hover over a certain state. So today I'm going to show you how you can make your own Flash map of the United States that's totally customized with your own information, your own colors, and it's absolutely free to use. So the first thing you need to do is go to the website. So we're going to go to this website. It's flashusamap.com, and they have a trial. You're just going to go ahead and download this trial so you can save as. And it turns out to be a zip file, so you need to extract that file. And I've already extracted it to speed things along. So there's an example of what it looks like. See, you can also include images. And it's just a template that's already been created, ready to customize. So you go into the file, and you just open up this test. So this is what your map is going to look like. Well, let's open this in Chrome. Here we go. So it loads it up. We have our own map. It says put HTML here. So to customize this map, you need to go into the XML that powers this. So we're going to take a look at the XML that powers the map. So we go back to our folder, we go to map, and we're going to edit it. Now, to edit an XML file, you just need a text editor like Notepad. You can also use any other text editor like Notepad++ or whatever you have on your computer, but Notepad will work just fine. So we're going to go into Washington here. So instead of put HTML here, we can just put some text. So this is the state where I was born. And also, you could put a link in. Unfortunately, the trial version doesn't allow links, but the trial version can be used indefinitely. So if you want to use links, you're going to have to pay the $59 to upgrade. But if you just want to display information, you don't need to do so. You can also make this inactive. If it's inactive, if you hover over the state, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't change color. It doesn't provide any information. And we can specify the color here for each individual state, the color upon hover for each individual state. So to give you an idea, we're going to change some of the general settings. First of all, we'll change the background from white to an off-white color, more of a gray. You leave the OX there, and I'm just replacing all of this text right here. This is the HTML color code. Just search for Google HTML color code. You can find a color wheel to help you find the color that you want. This is how HTML, how your web browser knows what color to make a web page or a div or whatever is whatever the HTML document is showing you. Alright, so we changed the background color. This background alpha has to do with if the background is transparent or not. We're not going to mess with that. We're going to change the color of the states from one blue to a different type of blue. So you just leave OX in there. We're just replacing the color. I'm copying from my other screen here. And we also can change the state over color. That's the color of all states when you hover over them. And then we're not going to deal with an inactive color. So let me delete that. We can specify how the URL is open. That doesn't matter here. We can also specify the label color. So if you know this FFFFFF is the color for white, we're going to make the labels white. So we're going to go ahead and save this, go back to our test page, and see if the map changes. There we go. So we have a different background color. And you see what we've changed the colors. We've changed the colors of the individual states. Now when we hover over Washington, it says this is a state where I was born. So let's say I want to change Washington's color. Since it's an important state, I've got some information, from blue to red. Then I just go back to this XML file called map.xml, and we want a red color. We got kind of a pinkish color here. We'll just change the overwrite color from no to OX, and then a pinkish reddish color. Hit save, go back to our test file, and voila, Washington is now a new color. You can also use CSS and HTML to include images within a certain state. So we'll go back to our XML file, and for Washington, let's say we want to make our text red. You can actually customize your own CSS file. I already have a class for red, so if we say span and we say class is equal to red, I've already told the CSS file that when we use the span to make the text red, so we save it, come back, hit refresh. Didn't work. We'll try this. Text. Forgot the name of it. Well, you have to take my word for it. You can go in and change the CSS yourself, but you see this is a nice map. You don't have to mess around with Flash. You just edit a text file and you create an interactive map for the United States where you can display information, and it will make your site more attractive, more useful, and ultimately just better for your users, and that's what we all want. And of course this is free. You can use it indefinitely on your website. However, if you would like that functionality to click on a certain state and have it go to a URL, or if you'd like the functionality where this logo disappears, you have to pay a nominal fee. But when you consider the time it would take you to make your own map of this quality, it really is a good investment. And of course, you're welcome to use it for free as long as you want. So thanks for taking a look at this. This is a map that I have created, a little disclaimer there. And if you have any feedback, I'd love to hear back from you. So check out our site, comment, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.